Today I want to talk to the younger generation. I want to warn you, and I also want to demonstrate, show you the ramifications and the results of not planning for the future, not investing, not being smart, thinking that you have time, thinking that it's going to always work out for you. You know, we live in a society of delusional individuals who live in this fast-paced world who thinks that, you know, if I don't get it today, I'll get it tomorrow. You know, oh, I could just have fun now. And I'm warning you, my friends, living solely for the day, for the now, has serious consequences as you get older. So what I'm going to show you is a couple of videos of old people who are feeling it. The individuals who realize that they now have to work until their death in order to simply survive. Okay, so my friends, subscribe. Hit that like button, please. Give me that old thumbs up. Book a session if you haven't already. Pick up the Content Creators Toolkit. Please try hard to build some extra freaking income in a way, shape, or form. It will start slow, but if you stay on it consistently, it will pay off. Trust me. Just don't give up, because giving up is not an option. Whether you're starting a channel, writing a book, creating a course, it doesn't matter. The failures that come only gives you knowledge in order to basically do it better the next time. But giving up isn't an option. Listen, I have 75, 80-year-olds that are ordering the Content Creators Toolkit, trying to find some extra way to make some money right now. And these are college-educated individuals. So I'm telling you guys, don't give up on this shit, man. I'm hitting 60. I started a YouTube channel. Even though I did okay in the early days, I know that it's still not going to be enough if I ever wanted to totally stop working today. Anyway, I waffled on enough. So the first video that we're going to get into is this one. This one is powerful, man. And this one is from the Business Insider. And this one is life lessons from older Americans who still work to pay the bills. Okay? Hang on to your seats, gentlemen. This one's going to be a tough lesson today. Let's get into it.
What I do for money is Uber driving. I'm curious to know whether there are any other 84-year-old drivers.
I'm 82 years old, and I wish I could retire now.
I do not have any retirement savings.
I always felt that I was too young to think about retirement. And I was a hippie, and I was all about living in the here and now.
I was always about living in the here and now. You will always hear women say that shit in their 20s, 30s, 40s, even 50s and 60s. They really think that this is all that is important, living for the now. But you don't realize how long we're living for, man. Anywhere between 40 and 80. Listen, you stop getting a lot of attention at age 40, maximum. 40. After 40, not a lot of men are checking for 40-year-olds and up. That's a reality that you have to get used to. There's not a lot of men that are going to come up and pay your bills after age 40. If you can't get your shit together before age 40, hold on a good man and start sharing bills, it's not going to get much better for you after that. So ladies, I need you to consider this one simple point. If you can't get a man to share 50% of your bills by age 40, you are going to pay 100% of your bills from 40 to 80, 88. That's usually the age that most people depart this world, okay? For women. I think men, it's 74. That's a long freaking span when you don't have any money. 40 years, 48 years is a lot of freaking time to actually make money and then not have any. You ladies don't understand how serious the problem gets, but I'm hoping to wake you up in this video. All right, I'm trying not to interrupt too much.
The cost of living has gotten out of sight, and there is no safety net for the elderly.
Bills are harder to pay because everything costs more.
I grew up very poor, and part of what drives me right now is that I don't want to be poor again, because I know what it feels like. As soon as you start working, plan for retirement.
I've worked since I was 15 and a half. I've been a cocktail waitress. I've driven a catering truck. I've worked in cable TV.
I started as a professional drummer. I did that for about 15 years. I used to have my drums right by my bed so that I could just get out of bed in the morning and start playing, which drove my parents crazy.
Nursing, I never really thought of as a career. It was like process of elimination. I don't want to be a secretary. I don't want to be a teacher. I do want to help people. So nursing was a job that I could do.
I got my degree in mathematics. Then I got recruited by General Electric to become a computer programmer. Computer science was a very new field, but it was exciting because we were in such demand that companies would essentially bid for you.
After I left music, I went into healing work. I had a very active practice in Houston. At the peak of my career, I was probably earning maybe $50,000 or $60,000, which isn't a lot of money, but it was enough for me.
The peak of my career was my last job. I was vice president of a company that developed advanced communication systems. I earned $115,000 a year.
The peak would have been in 2010. I made $100,000 per year. Being a night owl, night shifts weren't that hard on me at the time.
I raised my kids on my own with no help. After my separation, I was working 4 jobs at a time, 7 days a week.
There he goes.
I got laid off, I think, 2 times in my career, and it took me a while to find other employment. So I would draw from that 401k money to support ourselves. Thank you.
Turn on more light? Oh, he doesn't need it.
In the early 90s, there was a stock market crash. I didn't know what I was doing. I panicked, so I sold all of my stock. I might have a degree in mathematics, but it doesn't mean I'm financially literate.
Oh, I'm so glad he said it. Financial literacy is a whole different genre of education, my friend. I'm trying to teach my daughters that from the time they're very young, right now, teens. Financial literacy is what we lack in our schools, in our education system. It doesn't matter how many degrees people have. If they haven't been taught to invest their money and how life works in reality, not just on paper. A lot of people have done economic classes. Yes, assets, liabilities in accounting and, but no real deep understanding of how to manage your everyday life. A lot of us are just left cold. And this is what has happened to a lot of people. So I'm trying to explain to you as an older man, I don't care how old you are right now. If you're making an income, put something aside, get it into some sort of fund, an investment fund, ETF, something that's going to pay you dividends. And then you keep reinvesting that dividends until you can no longer work so that could start paying you back. I'm telling you, my friends, these people are your warning sign. What I'm showing you is your wake-up call. This is the older generation who have screwed up. Every one of them have made stupid mistakes, whether it's bad investments because they didn't take advice or they didn't seek it. They live for today. Most women will do that. And or they never got with a partner to actually start splitting bills and living in a society that's designed for 2 people. Today's modern society is not designed for 1 individual. It's too damn expensive. But more importantly, we all have to stop getting distracted by the shiny things. We all have to stop borrowing an extremely high amount of money and paying a massive percentage of our income, slowly drip feeding it back in interest to other corporations. Because that's exactly what's happening to each and every one of you. Because you can see it catches up on you when you get to a certain age.
I decided I was going to sell my house and move to Texas, so I did sell the house, and that was right at 2008 or 9. and the people that were buying the house lost their jobs. It fell out of escrow, and I'm still here. I lost all the equity in my house, and it took quite a while for it to come back up.
Get over here.
Getting in debt from traveling have set me back.
Traveling, getting in debt from traveling. Who's the ones that love traveling so much? This man fell for that stupid crap. Traveling. Gentlemen, if you hear a woman who says, I like to travel, I want a man that can travel, run far. Okay? Because traveling equates to the same thing as I'm going to play, I'm going to be away from working, and I'm going to go and spend money on some other experience. I'm just going to be free and just throw my money that I've just worked my ass off for right out the window, out the plane window, and go and spend it in some overpriced hotel or visiting some overpriced tourist trap and give all of my money to this crap and just run up my credit cards on all this random shiny objects. The only time you should be traveling is if you have devised a method where you're making money while you sleep, because traveling is the equivalent of sleeping. You're not functioning, you're not working, you're not freaking bringing in any money. But if you're making money while you're on that plane, while you're sitting on the beach, sipping cocktails, or in that hand glider, or that, what do you call it, parachute things, then the boats that everybody does. I come from a tourist country, man. I come from the Cayman Islands. This is all I see people just blowing their money on, just some dumb shit. What do they call it? What's it called again? Where the boat is parasailing. Is it parasailing? I don't know. Where the boat drags the bloody parachute with a bunch of overweight tourists in it, struggling, trying to get it in the air. All right, I'm being an asshole. Let's get back to it.
Currently, I'm in debt for, I think, about $16,000, which for me is a lot.
In terms of financial setbacks, there is a man who still owes me $60,000. I had to learn the hard way.
Had I not been in a situation where I had to use my 401k money, I'd probably have maybe more than $1 million whose interest I could then live on. And I try not to think about it because I'd wake up in the middle of the night screaming, what did you do? You were a fool.
Yeah, listen, man, don't live in regret. I lost a shitload of money in the whole .com crap. I was saving steadily from age 19 straight through to, I don't know, about 27. Just boring old banking and boring stocks. Just kept putting my money in, just a little bit as I got. And by the way, I learned that from an older woman who taught me that, right? Then I met a friend who was making a shitload of money in the .com boom. And he said, man, if you took that money and put it into some freaking random .com crap, I can guarantee you, you'll come out 10 times richer. Of course, he had the big houses and all the crap, and I fell for it. So I took it almost 3/4 of that money that I had saved over 10 years and dropped it in. Within a year and a half, poof, it as if it had vanished. Man, that pissed me off, man. I was so upset. If you just think about 10 years of your hard-earned money just disappearing, just think about how much blood, sweat, and tears 10 years of income feels. Just think about that was done for nothing. That's how I visualize it. And of course, I started harping on it like, man, I can't believe I did that. And I just kept ruminating in my mind about the stupid mistake. Until my father just said, son, can you ever do anything about it to get that money back? And I said, no. He said, well, then why are you wasting your time worrying about it? Move on. Go make some more. You're still young. And that's what I did. I just started over from there. So, guys, if you lost some money, please don't let it stop you from starting again. Just don't make the same mistake. You're now wiser. You're much more educated. So you should be able to do it again, but faster, because now you're starting from a place of knowledge.
Everything is more expensive now.
Food costs more, car repairs cost more, insurance costs more.
I do all my own cooking. So I know how to be able to live frugally but still nutritiously.
I don't buy a lot of meat because I can't afford a lot of meat.
I'll look for chickens on sale. I'll look for fish that's on sale. And if I find out, okay, well, we have fish tonight.
I don't think any job I ever had paid me anywhere near what I needed to live on.
I might think things are expensive, which they are for me. They're not for other people.
I just got a raise to $18 an hour. And at one point in time, I'd have thought, wow, that's a lot. And now I know, compared to what so many people I know make, I ain't making diddly squat.
See, this is the problem that most people don't understand about inflation. You know that things are going up, but you can't visualize how bad it's going to get for you. Because not only is your money worth less as you get older, your energy, because remember, you're always exchanging your energy and time for money. So as you get older, your energy depreciates and your time becomes more valuable. It's more expensive for you to actually make the money that is worth less in order to survive. I hope that made sense. In other words, it costs more while your body and your energy is worth. Now, that doesn't make sense. So the cost of everything keeps going up as you have less and less money and time and energy to burn. I hope that made sense. I hope you see what I'm saying. And this multiplies on itself the older you get. But a lot of people just can't visualize it because they haven't lived it yet, you see. So the best lesson is to learn from the older people who are telling you these things and try to understand that, holy shit, they're living it. Let me listen.
If I miss a paycheck, there are going to be consequences, financial consequences. I'm going to do without something until I can catch up. And that's scary. It makes me feel as though, in spite of all of my education and all of the money that I made when I was a younger person, that in the end, I'm a failure. That's what it makes me feel.
You're not a failure, but you made mistakes. If you had kept your health up, I see you using compressing bags for your legs, etc. That means that you have not kept your fitness level up. So I'm assuming that the cost of medication and the cost of healthcare is also really hitting you hard. If you could eliminate that cost by start getting your health back in order, start lifting weights, start getting out there, walking more, stop sitting down so much, get rid of that stomach, start fasting once a week, burn that stomach off, you will find that your health will improve and you'll have to spend less money on your health care, thereby saving you more money for better nutrition, buying better food, not stressing too much about all the bills. Just my suggestions. But a lot of people miss that one point. I've had people, for example, came off of high blood pressure medication, cholesterol medication, just by fasting once a week, 24 hours, no food. Insulin regulated, fat start to burn off and fall off their gut. Visceral fat start to melt off. They're feeling better, breathing better. They start walking further, start being more active. Hey man, it's the simple things that you should focus on that most people don't tell you about that you should understand will improve your life.
Professionally, I'm an advisor and I'm a life coach. So I just work with people from anything to couples counseling to addiction counseling.
Oh. Okay, that was the last one. In 2010, I retired from hospital nursing, but Social Security is not enough for my lifestyle. So I started driving for Uber in 2016.
I'm working part-time as a substitute teacher. I work about 3 to 4 days a week. That's $154 a day. If I need something more, I'll just work another day. Had I not decided to go back to work, we would have had to sell the house.
Uber driving is the quickest way of getting extra income to cover my bills. I have not had a speeding ticket for 3 years, which I'm very proud of. I have a Mazda 6 now, which is bigger than the biggest car I've ever had. Backup cameras are such a blessing. I try to make at least $250 a week. I just wish I had enough passive income that I could do whatever I wanted without trading hours for dollars.
Guys, each and every single one of you have knowledge. You have massive amount of knowledge sitting in your brain. This is called life experience. Yes, you all should go digital. That's what I did. It's exactly what I'm doing right now. I am taking the knowledge out of my head and sharing it with you guys. Each and every single one of you should be on YouTube. Every single one of you have your own so-called TV channel, creating your own brand. Every single one of these older folks have knowledge that the younger generation need. They should be sharing it. That's what I'm doing. I don't understand why they can't simply go digital. This is the only way that they can actually relax more and multiply their time, multiply their mental capacity. The guy who has a degree in mathematics, do you know teaching YouTube videos on math is a huge thing right now? Just helping people with life. I feel calls from all over the world on Zoom with people who have problems with relationships, with YouTube channels, with everything. I'm an example of what these people could be doing right now without burning themselves out. We're trading their time for money because they don't have a lot of it. They don't have a lot of energy. And the spare time that I do have where I don't have to go and deal with customers and people, I spend it taking care of myself, hitting the gym, doing other things. And that reminds me, look forward to my book coming out very soon. Right now, I wake up 4 a.m. every morning. I work on that thing. First thing, when my brain is fresh with a cup of coffee. Oh man, I love the experience of actually getting this information out of my head because it just feels like it's clogging my brain. So guys, look forward to that. This is a compilation of all the information that I have been able to give you guys over the last 3 years. I'm just putting it all in one book. If you want to be on the waiting list and you want me to send you a chapter, send me an email to paul@askanolderman.com. Just say yes to the book. I would gladly send you the first chapter free. Okay? I'm excited about my first book. So I look forward to you guys supporting me in this. All right? Let's listen to a little bit more about what these older folks have to say. And then we're going to pop over to the Philippines to show you what not to do.
I'm administrative assistant. It's phones, it's filing, it's data entry. It's a little bit of everything. My Social Security takes care of my house payment and my insurance and the basics. And if I want to eat or do anything else, then I work and bring in more money.
Older people are more invisible, are not taken seriously. As an older woman, I can tell that it's easier for people to try to ignore me.
A lot of us do feel good enough to keep working, but there are no jobs for us.
I think at 80 plus years old, it is impossible to find a job.
I would interview, and never get hired. If you're not extremely careful, your age comes through in that application.
And that is the reality of the world that we live in. Hey, no one is hiring 60-year-old men, 70, 80-year-old men or women. Yes, old people become invisible. That's a reality. So the only way to actually survive in this digital age, in this AI world, is to actually join the digital revolution. They are still trying to go analog when the world is going digital. That's the best way I can put it. So I hope they can hear this message and realize that they can still re-educate themselves to start getting in front of a camera, writing a book, learning a new skill to get to take the knowledge out of their head and digitalize it. Okay? So now, some of us, especially men, we realize that, hey, the money that we made in the West can no longer sustain us when we're in our older age. So some men decide to become passport bros in other countries. They get to go and get a second chance at love, and they also get to live at a lower cost. But you know, mixing these two things together, finance and love, really doesn't work out well for you, my friends. I would strongly advise passport bros not to get married when they go overseas. I would say you can cohabitate, but hold on to that money, my friends. Don't freaking buy these women. You got to learn how not to get caught by these women, because you will end up like this gentleman here, begging in the Philippines. Now, this is the end of a 2 or 3 part series of this gentleman highlighting a British fella in the Philippines that was found begging on the side of the street, and he's in bad shape because he went to the Philippines, fell in love, and a woman sucked him dry, and he ended up spending all of his money searching for love and ended up here. And this video is called What Happened to Homeless Foreigner in the Philippines Part 3. And this is by a channel called Living Abroad.
You guys, our community. Greg. Oh, he's awake. Hey, buddy. How you doing?
The main problem at the moment is just survival, you know.
In this video, I'm going to give you an update, hopefully a final positive update on Greg, the UK man, homeless man here in the Philippines, Cebu City. You guys, our community, came together, raised some funds for him, and hopefully we have a solution, a positive one. I'm going to go see him. I got him a rucksack, my rucksack here as well, so he can put all of his stuff in here. In the last video, I said he's going to be working there. That was incorrect. I should have chosen my words better. He's going to volunteer in exchange for some shelter over his head. And they talked on the phone, so there's not going to be extensive work or hard work or labor or any kind of paid job. It's just going to be volunteering around the guy's home in exchange for shelter. So let me clear that up. And lastly, his visa is up to date. For whoever's wondering, his tourist visa is up to date. No problems there. And he will not be working or earning money, so that's not an issue either. So we're going to give him the rucksack, so he has all of his stuff in here. And I'm going to give him all the money that you guys donated. Thank you guys so much. I'm so proud of our community for coming together for the GoFundMe, and you guys have been absolutely fantastic. He's got so many offers for shelter, for food. So we're gonna go ahead and give all that to Greg, and I'm gonna show you guys how this journey ends, basically. So let's go and see if Greg's actually there today.
So this is the problem. You end up in a foreign country without any social program, without any support from family, etc. It can go horribly wrong. Ending up on the street in a foreign country versus your own could be 10 times more dangerous. Because unless you get lucky where someone actually finds you and feels sorry for you, you're invisible, my friend.
Greg. Greg. Is that him? Yeah, it's him. Greg, wake up, man. Oh, he's awake. Hey, buddy, how you doing? I'm back. Oh, you got a cold? Okay.
Yeah.
Let's wake you up when you get a chance. I got some good news for you. Take your time. Yeah, no worries. See, you got a chair now.
Yes,
I got you some gifts. Christmas came early. Some Coke and some water. And I got you this rucksack here, so you can
brilliant.
Put all your stuff in here, okay? It's really big, actually.
After I last saw you, throat
okay.
sore. A guy called, I think he spoke to him, or he's messaged you, called Shaggy.
Shaggy, okay.
Turned up here. He put me in a hotel here for 4 nights.
Wow.
I'll pick it up Monday.
So you can't get the barangay clearance until Monday?
Can't get it till Monday.
Why is that? Because they're refurbishing.
They're refurbishing all the offices. They're having them painted and God knows what. I've given them all the details. They've taken pictures and everything, but it'll be the Pucker barangay clearance with the official stamp on it, so I can travel on it.
Okay. What if we get you a ticket before that? Well, I guess you might need that in the future, right, to get around and whatnot, right? Because I could probably get you
I can't travel before I've got the clearance. I need the clearance for them to let me go on the boat.
Yeah, but if I get you a boat ticket without the clearance, I'm sure I can use a different name or something. Because I just got off 2 ferries. They don't really look at the names.
No, they don't. No, yeah.
No, we don't need to wait.
I don't want to do anything to flipping up. You know, I don't want to do anything that's going to get me in trouble.
That's the only thing, you're right. So we'll do things officially. I just want to get off the streets as fast as possible.
Oh, I do, because I'm soaking wet. It's sleep. You know, I had a tent that was stolen. I was cooking eggs and selling them. Stolen. I went to the internet cafe because I hadn't heard from you and I hadn't heard from Shaggy, so I wanted to try and set up an email address.
Yeah.
And I put a red bag here and I put it down beside me and I'm on the internet. All my stuff taken out of the bag. They just took the carrier bag out of the top, which had all the cigarettes in it. You know, about 1,000 pesos worth of cigarettes.
Gentlemen, you do not want to end up like this. You do not. You do not want to go to a foreign country and spend all your hard-earned money on some woman, and then when the money is finished, she's gone. No. This is what happened to this gentleman. I mean, listen, at the end of the day, this video, you guys can go and watch the rest of it. But the lesson I want you guys to take away from this guy living in the Philippines on the street is that if you are bad in your country of choosing the right woman and or managing your money, bad money management, right? Those two things combined are a lethal cocktail of failure. You will end up like this. So I'm begging you, gentlemen, do not go to the Philippines and Thailand and all of these other foreign countries with your, $30,000, $40,000 thinking that this is going to last you for good 10, 15 years, which it could if you use it properly, if you invest it properly, but not to a woman, not to a woman with a single mother or any of these bar girls or any of these cute girls who give you some hard luck story. It's not going to happen. You're going to end up broken on the street. And I'm hoping that this scares you guys straight to realize that this isn't the world that you want to live in. Hey, I don't want to drag this video out, but all I'm trying to do is to show you examples of things that you should not do because I want you to see the end result. Because at the end of the day, my friends, it's not what happens today and you survive. It's how you're going to be suffering in the future based on your decisions today. Do you understand what I'm saying? Every decision that you make today that does not involve putting something away for the future and making sure that you preserve your future, you're going to suffer. And it's not as if you can get a big lump sum of money later in life. That shit don't happen. You have to keep putting the coins away slowly until you really need it. Not, oh, I deserve this. I work hard for this. I need to buy this new car, or I can buy this really nice piece of jewelry, or I can buy. No. If it's functioning, if it's doing the job, don't freaking sell it. Don't upgrade it. Your idea of luxury is literally the way large corporations freaking fool you into getting rid of your money. They just make shit in China, slap their labels on it, and then you turn like an idiot and spend thousands of dollars for it just so you can show people that you don't even like that you can buy something that they don't even really care about. My friends, I hope this message hits home, hits hard. I hope there was enough information here for you guys to start making some moves and, correcting some mistakes that you're making right now. Once again, I'm going to reiterate. Start selling any old shit that you haven't used in 6 months. I mean, anything at all. Start paying the bills off, getting rid of the loans, getting rid of the debt. Start getting to a point where you can start investing some of this money. Because old age is a bitch. And it is not kind in any way, shape, or form if you do not prepare for it from a very early age. So my friends, hey, give me a thumbs up on this message. Let's have a conversation in the comments section. Book a session if you need any help at all. Hey, pick up the Content Creators Toolkit. Start creating content today. Stop becoming just a consumer and become a creator. If you think YouTube is saturated, please understand that what percentage of people who watch YouTube versus create content? Let me check.
So to put it simply, only a pretty small slice of YouTube users actually create content. Less than about 3% of the total users. Most people are just watching. So you're looking at a huge audience of viewers compared to the number of creators out there.
3%. So if you think YouTube is saturated, think again. And if you think that you don't have something that people want to hear, think again. Billions of people out there watch YouTube. Billions of people out there read books. Billions of people out there listen to audiobooks. Billions of people out there are looking to do a course. Only 3% of the people are creators. The rest of them are consumers. Let that sink in. Okay? So, my friends, until tomorrow, remember, whenever in doubt, always, always ask an older man. I'll see you soon. Cheers.